Hello, boys and girls. Hello, my sailors. I hope you guys are doing well. And today we will continue our chapter called as Coordination Chemistry. And I'll talk about some important compounds of CFT. And I will continue our CFT theory. So I hope you guys have been following the previous lecture and you have watched it, right? So let's continue this. And let me just put the slides in front of you. Give me a second. All right. So here it is. So today's topic, some important complexes and CFT theory. We will continue there. All right. Boys and girls, I am Harsh Maheshwari, your captain. And if you're slightly more daring, you can call me captain. And yes, I am from NIT Warangal. And I believe in one thing, that jo karo, maze se karo. All right. Moving on. Boys and girls, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please make sure you subscribe and also hit the bell icon so you will be notified when your teacher is coming live. All right, moving on. So let's start without wasting any time. All right. So first example I want to take. These examples are very, very important. I want each and every one of you to learn them as well, right? Check this out. Dekho. In this first thing, please tell me, beta, what is the oxidation number of nickel? The oxidation number of nickel that from this complex will come out as +4. Right, this will do all the damage. This is a very important complex. We have to learn this, right? Nickel here is in +4 state, not in +2 state, +4 state. So what happens, beta? We were expecting, since fluorine is a weak ligand, fluorine or F minus is a weak ligand. So we were expecting that I will get, since coordination number is 6, I was expecting that it should be an octahedral complex and the hybridization would be sp3d2, right? I was expecting this. I was expecting, let me write this here. I was expecting that the splitting would be very less. Splitting would be very less. First of all, let me write the splitting. Splitting would be very less and you will get the 6 electrons. We were expecting, let's write nickel configuration. Nickel is 3d8 4s2 and nickel +4 will become 3d6. So we were expecting, as it is weak, we were expecting that, right? As it is weak here, delta naught is very less than pairing energy, is very less than pairing energy. So what will happen? You will go like this will happen, right? We were expecting this, right? And we were expecting sp3d2 hybridization, but this won't happen. Why is that? Please pay full attention. This is very, very important. Why is that? Beta, what happens here? Here nickel is in +4 state. This will do all the damage. This +4 state will cause this particular complex to become D2sp3 hybridized. What happens here? The splitting would be massive. The splitting, this gap would become very, very large. I'll tell you the reason for it. Here delta naught would be very large. As a result, delta naught is becoming more than pairing energy. 1, 2, 3. As a result, pairing will start of these 6 electrons. Number of unpaired electrons would be 0. And the hybridization would be D2sp3. This is an exception. Actually, I won't even call this an exception. I will call this as it is a very important case. Here the hybridization would not be sp3d2, but it would be D2sp3. This is the important thing I want you to know. Okay? What is the reason? The reason is very simple. It is because of the oxidation number of the cation or oxidation number of the metal. If the oxidation number of metal increases, core charge increases. What increases, beta? Core charge increases. Means more positive your cation would become, or the metal ion would become. The charge will become very, very strong. So it will attract more ligands, right? It will polarize. It can polarize more ligands. I'm writing this. If it can polarize more ligands, beta, what will happen? As a result, if it will polarize more ligands will come near, and they will come near to the metal ion, and they will undergo repulsion. They will undergo massive repulsion. As a result, splitting would increase, right? So core charge increases when the oxidation number of metal ion is going to increase. And one example for that is NiF6. We were expecting what we were expecting, beta. We were expecting sp3 d2 hybridization, because fluorine was a weak ligand, F minus was a weak ligand. But to our surprise, what we got actually d2 sp3 hybridized compound because of the high oxidation number of Ni. And nickel is here, nickel in this particular complex is in +4 state. I hope the point is clear. Moving on. Okay? Similar to that example is this beta. I want you to understand here, again, water is a weak ligand, right? It's a weak ligand. And the coordination number here is 6. So we were expecting again octahedral complex. Again, we were expecting octahedral complex. The hybridization would be sp3 d2. I was expecting this. To our surprise, again, it is wrong. Because cobalt, if I talk about cobalt, iron cobalt, last class also I told cobalt is 27. It is 3d7 4s2, right? But cobalt in +3 state is now 3d6 4s0, है ना? And because of the high charge on cobalt, ये याद करना पड़ेगा. This point you have to learn. Because of the high charge on cobalt beta, what will happen? It will again cause more splitting. It will again cause more splitting. I hope सब देख पा रहे हैं, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Correct? Splitting here is very, very large, right? So splitting is large. As a result, you will get again. What is the hybridization? D2 sp3. You have to learn these important examples. All right. Next one, beta. This one. I'll give you as a homework, and I want you to write down the answer for this one, teaching you everything related to this complex. You can notice cobalt is in +3 state, important point, and whenever +3 would be there, it will be causing a core charge would be more, it will be causing more heavy splitting, right? More splitting would be there. First important point. Similarly, beta C2O4, you notice it is only present 3 times, but important part about this is oxalate ion or oxalato, right? This is oxalate or oxalato ion, and it is a bidentate ligand, right? It is a bidentate ligand. Each ligand can would bind through 2 donor atoms. So basically 3 2s are 6. Basically it is also forming 6 bonds, right? But only 3 molecule is required to do that. So I hope the point is clear. It is a bidentate ligand. That's the important thing. And here cobalt oxidation number would also be +3 because oxalate ion, the charge here is -2. I hope the point is clear. Okay? So do let me know. And oxalate is also a strong ligand. That's also very good. It's a strong ligand. Like it's a bonus. Oxalate is a strong ligand. So please let me know what is the hybridization, what is the magnetic moment of this particular complex in the comment box. I'll be waiting for your answer. Alright, moving on. Aha, very good question. Beta, JE problem I have taken up. As promised, I always try to give some JE problems. How many unpaired electrons are there in the complex form during the testing of Fe2 plus in the Brown ring test? I have tried to make it easier for you. This is Brown ring complex. JE did not give that the question. In the question they mentioned Brown ring complex or Brown ring test. We must know what is the complex. It is required of us that we must know this, right? I am giving you Brown ring complex. What is important here? I tell you what. Can anyone give me the answer? Do let me know. Right? Do let me know if you know. Very nice. Do let me know if you already knew this. देखो बेटा, Brown ring complex में पूछता है how many unpaired electrons are there. Simple approach. Approach is simple. Do not get carried away by the thought that it is a JE problem, so I won't be able to do it. You would be able to do it very easy. देखो, the important thing here you must know. ये point, whatever the point I am going to say now, you have to learn it. NO is actually present in +1 state. It is existing as NO plus, nitrosonium ion. NO is existing as NO plus. From looking or by looking at this complex, you can't gauge this. This information must be known. है ना? ये आपको पता होना चाहिए था. तो बेटा इसका NO plus form में exist करता है. So now please tell me what is the oxidation number of iron? X plus water is 0 plus 1 is equal to overall charge would be +2. Absolutely correct, because sulfate is having -2 charge on it. बिल्कुल सही. So X will come beta as how much? +1. I am very happy to tell you, boys and girls, pay full attention. Iron in Brown ring complex, the complex which I have just shown, in that particular complex, iron can show +1 state. कहीं और show नहीं करता. It never shows +1. But in brown ring complex, this question was asked by my professor in my when I was doing masters, right? He asked me, can iron give you +1 state? I was like, I don't know, maybe, but yeah, iron can give you +1 state in brown ring complex. So make sure you do not do the mistake like I have done it. ठीक है? I had previously. All right. So ठीक है, +1 state यहाँ पे ये पहली चीज है. But is that our question? No. The JE was asking how many unpaired electrons are there. Next thing, please make sure water and NO plus are weak ligands. Now I think everyone can do. These are weak ligands. I'm pretty sure now you can move ahead. So these are weak ligands. So iron in beta +3 state will become, or pehle I'm so sorry, +1 state. Please allow me. Iron is 3d6 4s2. So in +1 state beta, what will happen to iron? It will become 3d6 4s1, right? I hope the point is clear. How many unpaired electrons are there? I have to fill how many electrons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. अच्छा यहाँ पे 7 क्यों भरे? Because what will happen? This S will come in D. This S electron, this is the point you have to learn. This S electron, the electron which is present in 4s subshell will enter 3d6, right? 3d or D subshell. As a result, 7 electrons will come in total. And when you will fill it up, keeping in mind the ligand is weak, they will be pairing. So 1, 2, 3, it will go to higher energy level. This is your T2G. This is your EG. I have filled the 7 electrons. And how many unpaired electrons you see? I see 3 unpaired electrons. So unpaired electrons are 3, and this is your answer. Sometimes you can also write down the configuration. How many electrons are there, beta, in T2G? 2, 2, 1, right? DXY, YZ, ZX, whichever you wanna name first. So basically 2, 2, 1. And then in EG, 1, 1, right? You can also break it up. You can say, sir, T2G may you have 3 sets, DXY, DYZ, DZX, right? So in that you can write 2, 2, 2. It's up to you, right? Or 2, 2, 1. All of that DXY, YZ and ZX are of same energy. So wherever you put doesn't matter. Same for the case of EG. I hope the point is clear. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं. Yeah, so these are some important complexes which we have discussed. Now we are moving on. For CFT of a square planar complex, I had given some good questions yesterday in yesterday's session. I'm just explaining that bit, okay, what I have discussed yesterday. Alright, so CFT for square planar complexes, okay. CFT for square planar means coordination must be 4, one thing, point number 1. Hybridization here is DSP2. And a fun fact, JE has asked this. In DSP2, they have asked what is the d orbital that is used in which d orbital is used in DSP2. So you will say, sir, it is dx square y square. This is the orbital which is used in the hybridization process when we are making a square planar complex. Acha. And there is also a trick. Whenever you see a square getting formed, please make sure the orbital that must be used here, na, it will be dx square y square. In square planar, the shape is just like a square. स्क्वायर प्लेनर फ्रॉम द नेम इटसेल्फ इट इज क्लियर. भैया एक स्क्वायर है और वो बिल्कुल आपका जो कागज का टुकड़ा हो गया स्क्वायर की शेप में आपने काट के रख दिया, राइट? इट इज जस्ट अ पीस ऑफ पेपर which is basically you are getting a square piece of paper. It's just that, right? So whenever you see a square, remember that the d orbital must be that must be used there should be dx square y square. That's the important point. I hope the point is clear. ठीक है, चलो अब इसमें देखते हैं कि what will be the CFT happening or what is this entire process. Let's see. देखो बेटा, in I'll just write like this. This is your x-axis. This is your y-axis. Please pay full attention. In square planar complexes, you have 4 ligands. You have 4 ligands, and these 4 ligands are coming from x and y plane along the axis, and along the axis. So it is quite natural the lobes of the d orbital which are lying along the axis will have heavy repulsion, will have more repulsion when the ligands will come. Let me write the ligands. When the ligands will approach from x and y axis or x and y plane along the axis, there will be heavy repulsion. And the lobes of the d orbital of the metals orbital which are lying along the axis will face more repulsion, right? As a result, the energy of the or the first, you guys already know, first the d orbital, is of all the d orbitals, 5 d orbitals are of same energy. It will be lifted. As a result, what will happen? Dx square y square will have more energy. Previously, in octahedral case, do you guys remember? At the second number, we were having dz square. Now dz square will go down. Why? Because these ligands, four ligands are approaching from x and y plane along the axis, right? तो एक z का तो कोई रोल ही नहीं है. There is no role of z. That, as a result, what happens? dz square energy decreases. That's the important point. This is the repulsion energy or the energy, whatever you want to say. The energy of dx square y square, and then dxy will increase because the ligands are coming from the xy plane along the axis. I hope the point is clear. सबको बात समझ आ गई है. This goes one step down. This is the important point. dz square goes one step down. अगर ये बात समझ आ गई तो आपको स्क्वायर प्लेनर समझ आ गया. So let me explain it to you. Now check this out. देखो जरा ध्यान से देखना. ये आपका यहां तक बेटा ऑक्टाहेड्रल था. ऑक्टाहेड्रल हमने पढ़ा था, राइट? I hope the point was clear. This is T2G and this is EG. यहाँ तक हमने पढ़ा था, बड़ा समझ आया था हमारे को. फिर हमने देखा था कि देखो सर, ये होता है dx स्क्वायर y स्क्वायर, ये होता है dz स्क्वायर. यहाँ हमने देखा था dxy dyz dzx. अब क्योंकि the ligand is coming along the axis and from the xy plane, the ligand which is, or the lobe of the metal or the d orbital of the metal which is lying along the axis will face more repulsion. As a result, dx square y square ऊपर चला गया, dz square नीचे आ गया. That's the important point. I hope you understood this bit. ठीक है? और dxy ऊपर चला गया, ये यहाँ पर आ गया. I hope the bit is clear. As you can see, splitting is more. यहाँ पर splitting ज़्यादा है. This entire area I'm calling it as delta SP. Square planar splitting is more than octahedral splitting, as you can gauge from this structure or this particular diagram. आप देखते ही बता सकते हो. And how many times it is more? 1.3 times, nearly 1.3 times. So you can learn this. If someone will ask which will cause more splitting, square planar or octahedral, you will say sir square planar. I hope the logic is clear. ठीक है, सबको समझ आ गया है, क्लियर हो गया है. So let's do quick questions on your particular square planar complexes. Nickel. Very easy. Nickel beta is 3d8 4s2, but nickel in this particular complex is existing in +2 state. Nickel is in +2 state, and I'm very happy to tell you that cyanide is a very strong ligand. I'm very happy to tell you it's a strong ligand. So what we were expecting, pay full attention. Dekho, pay full attention that there are electrons from the s orbitals would be gone. It will be 3d8, right? So you are expecting this. Check this out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We were expecting that it should give you basically sp3 hybridization. We were expecting. There is actually a competition between sp3 and what we have read just now, dsp2 hybridization. Which one we should go for? Dekho beta. Now you will pay full attention, because cyanide is a strong ligand, so it will cause this electron to undergo pairing. It will cause this electron to undergo pairing. There is 4s, there is 4p. This is 4p, and this is your favorite 3d. What will happen? This electron will undergo pairing, just like this. Check this out. Pay full attention. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and here would be 9. So this is unpaired. There is nothing, no electron. Please allow me. Please allow me. All right. So this is 3d. This is 4s. This is 4p. Now these orbitals will be utilized. ds. How many of p? 2p, right? यहाँ तक. So this will give you dsp2 hybridization. I hope the point is clear. The important role was played by the cyanide. That cyanide is a strong ligand. It will cause pairing. As a result, you will get What is the hybridization? DsP2. Do you see any unpaired electron? No, we do not see any unpaired electrons. Number of unpaired electrons would be 0. This is a diamagnetic compound. I hope it is clear. Okay, cyanide played a very important role here. When I saw that there were 4 ligands, means coordination number is 4. Either it could be sp3 or it could be dsp2, and from the ligand I understood. All right, let's do one more question. Palladium. All right, so nickel, palladium, platinum. Palladium belongs to 4D series. It belongs to 4D series. Yesterday we have done a question on it. Today I'm explaining each and every part of it. So please make sure you also follow my Menti quiz, okay? Or my normal quiz session, which is coming on Wednesday at 8 p.m. All right, okay. So every Wednesday. So electronic configuration here, when you will go for palladium, the palladium oxidation number will come as +2, and the configuration will come as 4d8 5s0. It's just like the previous one. Again, cyanide ion is very strong. It's a strong ligand. Make sure, keep this point in mind, that palladium is actually a 4D element, right? It is coming from the 4D series. Keep that point in mind. I'll talk about that in a bit. So beta, what will happen here again? Same funda, same funda. This is your 4D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This will pair up. This will pair up. So this will become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is empty. This is 4D. This is 5s. This is 5p. From here, it will take again. It will become dsp2 hybridization. Cyanide played an important role because it is a strong ligand. And also keep in mind, this is palladium. It is coming from 4D series. Achha. Same is the case for platinum beta. Platinum here is in +2 state, and platinum belongs to 5D series. Okay? They are. Please make sure you learn. Okay? I requested you, it's a humble request, learn electronic configuration for the D block elements, or I should say transition elements, right? At least learn 3D series. 4D and 5D, just by practicing many questions, it will come automatically to you. Please try to learn the electronic configuration. Okay? It's a humble request. So 5D series ka hai ye platinum. Now what will happen beta? Same story. Cyanide is a strong ligand. It will also be dsp2. And here splitting cost here is also massive, right? Splitting cost here is massive. Let me give you a trick. Now please pay full attention. Whenever you have 5D 4D series, now elements coming from 5D 4D series, what happens there? Number of electrons inside the nucleus increases, and side by side electron density also increases. Electron density also increases. Pay full attention. I'm gonna generalize everything what I have just taught. So whenever the elements are present in 4D series and 5D series, they have very strong charge, or I should say the nucleus has many protons. As a result, more electrons are also there. Because since the nucleus is very much concentrated, it will attract the ligands more strongly. As a result, repulsion would also be there, very, very massive repulsion you would get, and they will always go for square planar complexes whenever coordination number is 4. So whenever 4D and 5D series elements are there, and they are giving you 5D8 and 4D8, the examples which we have just seen, you can notice here it was 5D8 in platinum. In the case of palladium, it was 4D8, right? It is 5D8 in platinum and 4D8 in palladium. Whenever you have 5D8 and 4D8, I'm basically generalizing everything here. It's very important. So 5D8, 4D8 configuration you get. Doesn't matter you get strong or weak ligand. It doesn't matter. Matlab, ligand role is negligible here. If you get 5D8 and 4D8 configuration and coordination number is of course 4, then you always get dsp2 hybridization. You can learn this. This will come very handy. For example, this question is now useless because I know I saw palladium. If they would have given platinum, I would have directly stated, sir, since it is in D8 state and ligand matter would not matter here, and you will directly say, sir, answer is dsp2 hybridization. It is a square planar complex. How many electrons are there unpaired? You will say 0. I hope the point is clear. I have given you a big generalization here, right? Same is that case, same case. I hope the point is clear. Okay? All right. Now this is important, and I'll continue this in the next session. So you have to stick. When you get 3d8, now you can't generalize. If you get 3d8 and then you will say ligand is weak. If you get strong ligand, there is a possibility it will go for dsp2 hybridization and it will become square planar. But when 3d8 is there, 3d8 configuration, and you have strongly, you have to say, sir, always strong ligand is, instead of, I'm so sorry, weak ligand is there, then you will say always tetrahedral sp3. This is basically coordination number 4 can give us two possibility, square planar and tetrahedral. Okay? So tetrahedral will come when you have 3d8 configuration and you have weak ligand present. Okay? So I have just generalized it, right? Everything I have given you. And square planar will come when you have strong ligand, in the case when you have coordination number 4, when you have strong ligand. Moreover, if you have elements from 5D series or 4D series, they will definitely give you a square planar complex. I hope the point is clear. So this point is stating this particular example. Nickel here is in +2 state. Nickel is 3d8, 4s0. In this particular compound, this is nickel +2, right? And so सेम फंडा देख लीजिए, आपके सामने बिल्कुल सेम बनाऊंगा. एवरीथिंग इज सेम. दिस इज योर 4s, दिस इज योर 4p, 1 2 3 4 5, राइट. दिस इज योर 3d. बेटा यहाँ पे ध्यान रखना, देयर विल बी नो पेयरिंग, देयर विल बी नो पेयरिंग, and these orbitals are used. This is going to give you sp3 hybridization. If I ask you how many unpaired electrons, you will say, sir, 2 unpaired electrons. Clear है? सबको मेरी बात समझ आ गई? This is a case where you will say it is having coordination number 4. Here geometry is tetrahedral, right? And hybridization is sp3. I hope the point is clear. यही चीज समझाई है, यही चीज मैंने क्लियर करा है. अब यहीं पे स्ट्रॉन्ग लिगेंड आ गया, उल्टा हो जाएगा. कैन यू आंसर दिस लास्ट क्वेश्चन in homework section or in the comment box? I'm waiting for your answer. So 2 questions I have given you as homework. Do let me know what is the correct answer in the comment box. ठीक है? Yes, this is it for me today. And yes, boys and girls, if you are liking the things we are doing here, and you know, matlab, the condition is very very severe out there, and we don't know when the schools and your everything would be reopening your life, basically, when it would life out of your home, when it will start, हमें नहीं पता, we have no idea. But we want our studies to be on point. When the examination, when the school will open and everything, they will ask you to give the test. They will ask you to study everything. You can't do that in few months. But right now with us, learning every day is possible. Every day we will make sure that you learn. Every day we will make sure that you learn something new. You do JE problems, you do NEET problems. Every course is available. Right now I'm talking about JE, right? If you are targeting JE, next year the competition would be heavy. Abhi just now sir has also come, HRD minister has come up. Tomorrow they will decide the dates. Maybe if the exam gets postponed, beta, or it gets cancelled, it is very very bad. The competition would be very heavy for you. So I'm telling you, be prepared right now. Start this particular thing from now. Every day you learn, and we will be giving you every subject. The best part, we'll be giving you every subject. You will be getting live interactions with us. You'll be learning the content, study material, assignments would be there. No need to consult any other study source, right? We will provide study material, content, questions from JE and your advanced level. We'll take tests on basically on JE and advanced level, and analysis of your test would be done. So we'll make sure that you are learning properly in this lockdown, okay? And when the school reopens, or when the life reopens again, you are ready for it, and you will knock on it and you will say, take the test, I don't care, I have learned everything. Okay? And the best part, you can choose the languages. If you want the content to be delivered in Hindi and the proper content written that just the way I have taught, it's all in English, but you want it to be delivered in Hindi, it's possible. If you want everything to be in English, it is also possible. Many mentors you can go for. The platform is called as Wave platform. As you can see, it's very easy to give 3D visualization on a basically on a 2D platform. बड़े आराम से हम दे सकते हैं 3D visualization. It's a very effective tool of learning. So make sure you try it out. And the course is very cheap. It's actually of 7,000, but if you use my coupon code, which is HMPRO, you will get a heavy discount, and around 15% you will get discount. You will get a discount. Make sure you try it out. The link to this is in the description box. ठीक है? And learn every day. ठीक है? And yes, I have my series also. Where I have done every chapter on 12th session, on 12th class. So make sure you can check it out as well. Do check it out. And join the app, join this channel, Vedantu Jai, on this beautiful Telegram app. Also do that. Okay? And yes, if you have loved the video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. I hope you have loved it. And yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.